What's up everyone, this is me Anton and you're on my channel Anton is on. Today finally the weather is nice and warm, it's pretty sunny outside and I have a few hours in the morning before work. So I decided to do my first park run in this season, in this year. I didn't run through the winter outside, only at the gym on a treadmill. But the weather is too good to skip it, so let's see how well it goes. As far as you know, I'm not a big fan of running, but I did a pretty good job recently on a treadmill. Hopefully this 1 hour run will be pretty easy for me comparing to the previous year, because the last video that I posted, it was a year ago. It was done a year ago, and it was pretty brutal for me. Hopefully this time it's gonna be way better. And every powerful workout requires a good stretching. The worst possible thing happened. I forgot my headphones. I could forget everything except this, but I did it. Alright. It's not only my first run outside in this year, but also the first run with no headphones. But let's see how well it goes. It's also an experience, not the end of the world. Here's the time, 8:34, 8:35, so it's 9:35 is my deadline. The transition from the gym to the open air is never as easy as it looks on paper. Inside, the climate is controlled and the belt moves for you, but out here, the wind is a real factor. Every gust feels like it's trying to push me back toward the starting line. My lungs are still adjusting to the crisp 2026 spring air. It's a sharp reminder that indoor fitness and outdoor grit are two different animals. I can feel the change in the surface under my feet immediately. The pavement doesn't give you anything for free. You have to take every inch of ground by force. The first thing I notice is how much harder I have to work just to maintain my balance on the uneven ground. On the treadmill, everything is level, but out here, the earth has its own ideas. I can feel the tiny stabilizer muscles in my ankles firing off for the first time in months. It's a wake-up call for my entire nervous system. I'm wearing the weighted vest today, and I can already feel it pressing down, reminding me that every calorie burned out here is earned. The straps are tight, but the weight feels like a familiar burden, a part of the transformation. I look down at my watch and realize my pace is slower than I expected, but I'm not letting that get to me. Today isn't about the clock. It's about the connection between my feet and the soil. I pass a few regulars on the trail, and we give that silent nod of respect that only runners understand. We're all out here chasing something. My breathing is starting to find a cadence now, syncing up with the strike of my heels. I can smell the damp earth and the hint of blooming trees, scents that you just can't bottle up in a gym. It's funny how a place I've run 100 times can feel brand new just because the calendar flipped. I'm taking in the sights of the lake, watching the light catch the water as I round the first bend. My heart rate is climbing, settling into that zone where the world starts to blur a little. I feel the sweat starting to bead under my head, a sign that the engine is finally warm. There's no turning back now. The car is a mile behind me, and the path forward is the only way home. This is the rawest form of movement there is.
Just finished my first lap. Nice and slow, no rush. Our goal is consistent 60-minute run.
Every step carries a bit more consequence when you aren't on a machine. I can feel the impact vibrating up through my shins, a physical dialogue between me and the asphalt. My shadow stretches out long in front of me, a dark reminder of the man I'm leaving behind with every stride. Without the steady pull of a treadmill belt, my hamstrings and glutes have to do all the work to propel me forward. It's a constant adjustment, a literal balancing act between strength and endurance. I notice the way my form changes when I hit a slight incline that I didn't even see coming. The park isn't flat, and it certainly isn't forgiving. My quads are starting to burn in a way the stepper never quite manages to trigger. It's a deeper, more primitive kind of fatigue. I find myself staring at the ground about 10 feet ahead, scanning for rocks, twigs, or cracks in the pavement.
Second lap was done. It's a little bit windy, but that's okay. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
You have to stay present out here. You can't just zone out and watch a screen. If you lose focus for a second, the terrain will remind you exactly where you are. I'm learning to embrace the resistance of the wind rather than fight it. The natural world is providing the friction that builds the muscle both in the legs and in the mind. I'm consciously relaxing my shoulders, trying to keep my energy from leaking out where it's not needed. Efficiency is the name of the game when you're relying entirely on your own power. My hands are slightly balled, but not clenched, holding onto the tension without letting it take over. I can feel the way my shoes grip the grit on the path, a tactile connection I've missed all winter. It's all part of the sensory experience of the road. I'm hyper aware of the mechanics of my own body right now.
Anton is on. Forgot to do the checkpoint on my third lap. Done. Running strong. Just finished my fourth lap. Very good. Here's the time. 9:16. We still have time for one, maybe two laps. Why not? The weather is so breezy. Why life can always be this easy.
I'm a machine in motion, fueled by months of discipline and a lifetime of ambition. My joints are warming up, finding their groove in this open space. There's a freedom in this movement that no gym membership can provide. I'm finally in sync with the rhythm of the outdoors. I'm an athlete in my element, reclaiming the miles that belong to me. My breathing has transitioned from a steady rhythm to a heavy, intentional labor. This is the stage of the run, where the lungs start to protest and the heart demands to know why we haven't stopped yet. I am looking at the trees passing by, using them as markers to break the distance into manageable pieces. Just make it to that oak tree, then the next bend, then the bridge. I am playing mind games with myself just to keep the momentum from stalling out. The sweat is no longer just a light mist. It's a constant stream reminding me of the effort I'm pouring into this path. I can feel the salt on my skin, a physical byproduct of the work being done. My pace might be dropping, but my resolve is actually hardening. There's a certain beauty in the breakdown where the body gets tired enough that the ego finally goes quiet. All the distractions of my daily life have been burned away by the intensity of the last few miles. I'm not thinking about my phone, my emails, or the stresses of the week. I am narrowed down to a single point of existence, the next breath and the next step.
Lap number 5, 9:26.
It's a form of meditation that only comes through physical suffering. My feet feel like they're getting heavier with every strike, but I refuse to let my heels drag. I'm forcing my knees up, maintaining my posture even as my core begins to fatigue. I can feel the sun on the back of my neck, providing a warmth that contrasts with the cool breeze hitting my face. It's a sensory overload that keeps me tethered to the present moment. I'm learning to find comfort in the discomfort. If it were easy, it wouldn't be worth documenting. If everyone could do it, the achievement wouldn't mean a thing. I am finding out exactly what I am made of in the quiet stretches of this park.
Lap number 6, 9:36. I started at 8:35. Finished my run. It wasn't that bad, especially for the first time running outside. I'll be able to run faster and longer in the future, that's for sure.
Very nice hat. Ventilation is our only salvation.